Well, yoga therapy has so many really profound and interesting applications, and I think often we argue about what is a yoga therapist, who can call themselves a yoga therapist, is it better to say educator, is it better to say collaborator, But the most important thing for me is that the process be localized within the client, within the person, rather than within the yoga therapist as the ultimate authority. And when we think about the implications of that kind of collaborative work that is really empowering to each person, that eventually, at least for me, the goal becomes for everyone to be their own yoga therapist, to have the tools to cultivate a listening practice where daily or several times a day we're actually really taking time to tune in. And in neuroscience terms, we could call that interoception, which is sort of a fluctuating body awareness where we're attending to internal bodily states and sensations as they change from one moment to the next, and really understanding how can we address and continue to integrate from moment to moment, as individuals, with someone there to help us learn some of the anchors through which we can do that. When I think of yoga therapy today, as a psychologist, I also think about mental health. And the World Health Organization has come out and said that by the year 2020, depression, and therefore anxiety as well, will be the #2 health problem on the planet. And that's only really 6 years away, less than 6 years. And by the year 2030, it will be the #1 global disease burden. And so to me, that means that anxiety and depression are part of the modern human condition, that everybody has them to some extent. And that despite the sophistication of modern medicine, pharmacology, and psychotherapy, we really haven't been able to really make a dent in the epidemics of anxiety and depression. And to me, it's because those issues are mind-body issues. They're not simply biochemical or genetic. And so we can take medication, certainly, to take the edge off. We can engage in psychotherapy to have that collaborative relationship and the healing relationship. But that we also need to look at how do the different elements within our mind-body network express or practice anxiety and depression. And we're practicing all the time without really realizing it. So what are we practicing, and how do these other bodies, like our immune system and our autonomic nervous system, and even the enteric nervous system, which is our belly brain, how are those practicing anxiety and depression? And so in addition to medication, in addition to psychotherapy or whatever it is that we're already doing, how do we kind of access this mind-body network and learn to practice not anxiety and not depression? So I think of yoga therapy as being one way to go in and really do that work.